Hi,
Hi,
Daddy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sam and Ryan channel. My name is Sam.
My name's Ryan.
He's cutting those juicy limes because this is the intelligent drinking game.
Dun-dun.
Dun dun. We have a very special guest for this episode of the intelligent drinking game. Everybody say hello to Bailey.
Oh,
Look at
Bailey.
us. She was shaking.
You gonna get drunk with us, sister?
Yeah, good girl. You can stay with us. If you are new here, the intelligent drinking game is where we pick a topic. Today is cancel culture. Ooh.
Yeah, we're getting deep down and dirty.
We're putting ourselves out there. And then we ask a question about said topic, take a shot, then answer the question.
The questions get deeper as we go, so the idea is the drunker we get, the harder the questions are, and the more honest we answer them. Freed from inhibition, feeling the rain on our skin. No one else can do it for you. I don't remember the lyrics. Sounds good?
No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in.
Today is where your book begins.
The rest is still unwritten. You were close. Why are you losing your mind?
All right, Bailey wouldn't sit still, so she's been cut from the video.
Yeah, she's pulled. She's no longer part of the Sam and Ryan channel. Now, cancel culture. That is the topic.
Seamless transition, babe. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's the topic of today's video. You might be wondering, Sam, Ryan, what is cancel culture? That brings us to our first question.
Sometimes it astounds me that we haven't even drank yet. Like, sometimes I feel like we start the video more like that this actually sobers us.
I know!
So we actually have two half full bottles of tequila.
Nice optimism.
That's right. Sam, do you want a shot of Jose or a shot of Jaja, the official sponsor of the Sam and Ryan YouTube channel? Just kidding. This
Jose
is not.
Cuervo just got booted.
This is not an ad.
I'll take the haha.
All right, Jaja it is. I think it's definitely haha, but I'm saying Jaja because it's funny to me.
It might be Jaja, but you know how like when you type ha 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 ha, but in Spanish it's J A J A J A J A J A.
I do know that.
So that's. I want like a baby.
Say when?
When? Baby shark
Shark,
do
do,
do
do,
do
do,
do.
baby.
Okay.
Lime.
Thank you. Question number 1. What is cancel culture?
There's the big payoff.
And do you support it?
Jaja is smooth, honey.
So many things in my teeth.
You got limes in your teeth there.
There's some limes in my teeth.
There's some limes in my teeth.
What is cancel culture? Well, let's pull up the definition first. Cancel culture, or call-out culture, is a modern form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person. Those who are subject to this ostracism are said to have been canceled.
I mean,
Yeah.
I actually think that that's very accurate. I think that
Yeah.
it's ostracism. I don't think that it's social justice.
No.
I don't think that it's any sort of display. I mean, it's the social posturing of wokeism, but wokeism actually isn't really in action.
Do I support it? No. But I do support people being held accountable for their actions, which I do think a lot of people who are trying to cancel people think that they're doing, if that made any sense.
No, absolutely. And the conflation between holding people accountable and canceling them on the internet is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Holding someone accountable to their actions means investigating what their actions were
Yeah.
and then holding them up to a litigious standard that is verifiable and provable.
Take it to court.
Like, if someone does something or says something that you don't like, that doesn't mean that they aren't allowed to have a job anymore.
Yeah.
If someone says something or does something that offends you, that doesn't mean that they are offensive en masse and need to go away forever. This is a freedom of speech issue. Now, the reason that this difference is really important is that we did not cancel Harvey Weinstein. He was not canceled.
Yeah.
He was found guilty of crimes.
Yes.
Those are different things.
Yes.
And when we lump all of these people into cancel culture and associate it all as the same thing, not only do we uplift bad voices for not doing anything, but we also muddy the waters and then, in effect, water down the actual crimes that have actually been committed by
Yes.
actual villains.
Yes. A crime being committed is not he said, she said cancel culture.
Right.
Like, that needs to be prosecuted.
Right. And that's a really good, so someone said something racist. We can all agree that that's bad.
Yeah.
No, we actually can't.
Because there are some people that...
There are some people who don't feel that way. There are some people who say that's not racist. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm definitely saying I fall on the line of if you say something racist, that's bad. But I don't think you deserve to be ostracized from every community you're in and every job you could ever apply for. I think we should be calling you in to be more educated so you don't commit the same offense, giving people room to grow and reform. But someone said something racist. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, maybe some people consider it this way, maybe some people don't. That is gray. Somebody robbed someone, raped someone, sexually assaulted someone, abused someone.
That is black and white.
That's black and white. And when we conflate these two things, we lose sight of the fact that people sometimes say stupid things and need to be re-educated so that they can become better, call them to a higher purpose. But then we also water down actual crimes and fit them all in the same bubble, and I don't think either of us support that.
Question number 2. Has someone ever been canceled that you did not agree with? Cheers. Of course. I mean, one of the things that is most annoying to me about cancel culture is that it is assumed that that is the opinion that everybody holds.
Right.
And it's like, what? No, sorry. I don't think Aziz Ansari should be canceled and taken off of any TV shows and never given a job again. I think that was a situation with a lot of gray area and also something that they seemed to work out individually.
Right.
Like, that's not something that should be solved in the court of public opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Senator Al Franken is a great example. My ex-senator from the great state of Minnesota was ostracized, was forced out of the U.S. Senate, a great senator, a very important lawmaker, ostracized from the U.S. Senate because he made a really stupid joke in his private life a long time ago.
Yeah.
Is the joke stupid? Yes.
Yes.
Does he know the joke is stupid? Yes. Did the victim of that joke say, all I want is an apology, I don't think that you should resign, I just want you to apologize? Yes. And then the public decided that they were more offended by the action than the victim of the action itself. You don't get to be more victimized than the victim.
Exactly.
The narcissism of cancel culture, of saying, my opinion on something about which I know very little, is more important than the actual facts, the actual statutes, the actual laws. Like, that's just ridiculous.
And also, this is the other fundamental element of cancel culture that I just cannot stand. Like, there have been numerous people that the internet or people on the internet that have tried to cancel based on nothing. And when I mean when I say nothing, I mean nothing.
Literally nothing.
People have tried to cancel you for something that they heard once on the internet that no one had any facts for or any real statement about, and they've just decided, oh, well, I saw someone else comment that he did this thing, so I'm going to take that and comment it somewhere else too. It's just like when people decide, like, oh, okay, I saw someone say something on Twitter, so I'm going to take that and use it to cancel this person over here. It's like, no, you have no context.
Right. Well, and I want to be very clear, like, you are allowed to be stupid on the internet. I heard a rumor, and now I'm basing an entire ideology and conviction on this one rumor I heard. If that's the way that you live your life, you are completely allowed to be that stupid. You're entitled to your stupidity. But you are not allowed to then weaponize that stupidity, create a cultural movement around nothing, and then try to eliminate someone from existence. The act of disappearing someone just because you don't like them. Ooh. I'm getting all kinds of worked up about this one.
Well, just wait till this next question, Ryan.
Oh no, it's the tequila.
Question number 3. Has someone ever tried to cancel you?
Why are we doing this? Has anyone tried to cancel you?
No, I really think only by like association.
I mean, yeah, they've tried to cancel me so many times. And actually, I saw a quote one time, I think Sean King said it, where it's like, you didn't make me, so you don't get to break me. Like, I'm so sorry that you took out of context a video where I said that I am racist because I've been taught to be racist based on the systems in this country. That's just true, and I'm sorry that you don't like it, and I'm sorry that now you want to cancel me because I'm racist just because I'm mature enough to tell the truth and you aren't. I'm sorry that I was in a relationship that you saw in a magazine 5 years ago, and that relationship ended and you didn't want it to, and now you want to cancel me for it because you didn't get your way as a teenager and you looked up to that relationship. I mean, it's just, it's literally crazy. That, I mean, when I joined Wicked, thousands of teenagers tried to start a petition to get me removed from Wicked because they were upset by the circumstances that our relationship ended, of which they have literally no verifiable proof about. And again, it's like you hear a rumor on the internet and it becomes your identity, so much so that you need to disappear someone for you to feel good. It is absolutely pathetic. I don't need you to like me.
Well,
I literally don't care. I think that I am a beautiful person and have a lot to offer, and if you want to be a part of that, you're welcome here.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
If not, I'm going to be just fine. I won't lose any sleep. But you not liking me does not justify your ability to galvanize power on the internet and troll me until I literally can't get work anymore based on circumstances that you read on a blog from someone who has absolutely no credible sources about what they are accusing me of.
And that's what really annoys me about cancel culture is more often than not, people are just spreading these tiny pieces of misinformation that you can't Google and find evidence for, because they're just opinions.
Right.
This is going to be a great episode.
We'll see. I mean, or we'll both get canceled for it.
That would be ironic, wouldn't it? Question number 4. Why is cancel culture so successful? Well, I think there are a few reasons. The first that come to mind are mob mentality and social media. I think cancel culture in its purest form only exists on social media.
Right.
I think that's why it's a thing. Obviously, we've seen cancel culture extend past social media. Because of cancel culture, people get fired from their jobs, et cetera, et cetera. But I think social media is the fuel and the fire of cancel culture. Right. I think it's what makes it spread. And I think people also just have a mob mentality with it. If they see Taylor Swift is over party trending on Twitter, and if it's number 1, they click on it, they scroll through so many opinions saying that Taylor Swift is over and lied about letting Kanye use her name and likeness or whatever, then you're going to start to think oh, do I also believe this? If you only read one opinion about something over and over again, you're going to start to think oh, I should probably agree with this.
And if you engage with it even once, the algorithms that govern you will push it to you tenfold.
Exactly. So that is what I mean by mob mentality. You just see that everyone is canceling this person, and maybe you only hear one side of the story on social media, or you just see misinformation and you're oh, well, okay, yeah, this person is canceled in my opinion. And then it's oh, well, you didn't even really do any of your own research there, did you?
This is what social media does. It is predicated on your inflated sense of self-importance and your deflated sense of self-importance. It is that is the reason that it exists. It is technologically fortified to play to your deepest insecurities and to your worst instincts. You can have a really good point to make or a really strong opinion on someone, but if you lack humility, you think that because you have those opinions, they matter and everyone needs to take them seriously, and you won't stop until that person is disappeared from existence. That's a lack of humility, and that is, I believe, a mental epidemic, that if we don't do something about that, we are going to fall victim to our own vicious cycle of purity testing.
Oh my God.
And no one will ever reach the bar.
No one will, and no one can.
Because there is no such thing as perfection. Because people do make mistakes. Because people should be given room to grow. And when you put a ceiling on that and you say you're either above it or you're below it, everyone will be below it. Yeah. And no one will ever be good enough. And then that purity will lead and fester to such a sense of impurity, such an anger, that people will actually be driven to become worse versions of themselves instead of driven to be versions of better versions. Instead of be driven to being... It was in there somewhere. It's
People will be driven to be
worse versions of themselves instead of better versions of themselves.
Yeah.
I think my point is in there.
You got it. No, your point was brilliant.
Cool.
Brilliant. So brilliant. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next question.
It's the final question.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Who else? Question number 5. Who benefits from cancel culture? In my opinion, no one. No one benefits. The people being canceled obviously don't benefit from it. The people doing the canceling, I mean, you've kind of talked about this before, like, might feel good for 3 seconds.
There is no true activism here because
No.
actual activists understand that the problems that they want to confront happen on a systemic level. I don't actually think it's about, like, you've said something that I disagree with and I'm really angry and I need to see justice. I don't think it's
Really?
actually, no.
Yeah.
I think cancel culture is really about turning it back around on me and getting
Interesting.
the attention about how woke and smart I am. I think that's all that matters to these people.
Again, in the end, I don't think anybody benefits from cancel culture.
No one.
No one does. Oh, dang it. I just remembered a point I wanted to make from a previous question.
Guess they'll never know.
Guess
Everyone,
you'll
thank
never
you
know.
so much
Thank
for
you
joining
guys.
us.
Seriously, I actually do really hope you enjoyed this video. I know this one was a little bit more of like Sam and Ryan just telling you how it is about cancel culture, but hopefully you found it entertaining and informative. And please, as always, leave your comments in the comments down below about what we discussed today.
2 really important points. 1, if you feel some type of way about what we said, you maybe don't agree with it, or you really do agree with it, and you want to talk about that in the comments,
Please
great.
do.
But understand, you expressly do not have our permission to yell at anybody, cancel anybody.
No.
People are allowed to express their opinions, us and you included. So if you want to engage in that in the comments, great.
Please do.
But be civil about it. That's the whole point of this. And also, if you have been the type of person who has gotten behind one of these movements and canceled somebody for how they feel, you don't deserve to be canceled. Like, this is us trying to call you in to be
Yeah.
better, not trying to call you out so that you become ostracized. We don't want to ostracize
Yeah, we're
anybody.
not trying to cancel people who have been a part of cancel culture.
We're trying to call people to a higher thinking and realize that maybe going after people on social media for something they did wrong is just as bad as trolling people or whatever. I don't know. What we're trying to say is...
You nailed what we're trying to say.
Great. I don't know. Moments passed.
Well,
Like and
again,
subscribe.
guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you sincerely so much for watching. Happy you enjoyed this little series. We are going to go home and sleep now. Thank you very much.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.
Don't cancel us.
Don't cancel, please.